People think success is about winning all the time. They look at the top and believe the journey was smooth, that somehow it was easy for those who made it. Let me tell you the truth. Every single person who ever achieved something great has fallen down more times than you can imagine. The difference is they never stayed down. That's where hope comes in. Hope is the fire that burns inside you when the world turns cold. It's the small voice that whispers, keep going, when everything else screams. There were days when I failed so badly that I questioned everything. I failed in competitions, in business, and in opportunities I thought would change my life. But every time I fell, I reminded myself why I started. I reminded myself of the dream, the vision, and the hunger that drove me from the beginning. Failure can break you, but only if you let it. When you hold on to hope, failure becomes your fuel. You start to see it differently. You stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what can I learn from this? Hope gives you the strength to turn pain into power. When you hit the wall, most people stop. They see the wall as the end. But when you have hope, you see it as a test. You look for a way over it, under it, or through it. That's the mindset that builds champions. Because it's easy to have faith when everything is working. It's when life punches you in the face, when the plan fails, when no one believes in you. That's when hope matters most. That's when it defines who you really are. Every failure, every rejection, every setback, it's not there to destroy you. It's there to shape you, to make you stronger, to prepare you for the next level. Without those hard moments, you wouldn't be ready for the success waiting ahead. The truth is, you can't grow in comfort. You grow through struggle. And hope is what keeps you moving through the struggle when the outcome is uncertain. There will be times when people laugh at your dreams. They'll tell you it's impossible. You don't have what it takes. But if you hold on to hope, you don't just survive, you evolve. You rise. You become something greater than they ever expected. Hope turns your failures into fuel. It takes every no and transforms it into motivation. Because the moment you refuse to give up, the moment you decide to keep pushing even after you fall, that's when success begins to take shape. So don't fear failure. Don't let a setback convince you that you're not meant to win. Every time you fall, stand up stronger. Every time you lose, learn faster. And every time life knocks you down, rise with more determination than before. Because as long as you have hope, you're never truly defeated. Hope is powerful, but without direction, it's like standing in the middle of the ocean without a compass. You might have the will to survive, but you'll never reach the shore unless you know where you're going. That's why vision is everything. Vision gives hope its purpose. It turns a dream into a plan and a plan into action. You have to know exactly what you want and see it so clearly in your mind that it becomes real long before it ever exists. When I was starting out, I didn't just hope to succeed. I saw it. I pictured the moment. I visualized the feeling. I imagined the outcome. Every single day, I trained my mind to believe I was already there. Because when your vision is clear, path becomes unstoppable. The world can throw 1,000 distractions your way, but you stay focused because you know where you're heading. That's what separates those who talk about their dreams from those who live them. People often ask, how do I stay motivated when things get tough? The answer is simple. Rely on motivation. You rely on vision. Motivation fades. Vision doesn't. When your body is tired, when your mind starts to doubt, when the journey feels endless, vision keeps you going. It reminds you why you started in the first place. It reminds you of the person you're becoming. Vision gives your hope something to hold on to when life gets heavy. Without it, you wander aimlessly, chasing everything and catching nothing. But when you know what you want, you don't need to chase. You attract it through focus and consistency. To make choices that align with that vision, you cut out the noise, the negativity, the excuses, because none of it fits into the future you're building. You see, success doesn't start with money, opportunity, or luck. It starts in your mind. It starts with a picture of the life you want to create. You have to see yourself already there, stronger, wiser, and then work every single day to meet that version of you. Vision gives you direction when everything else feels uncertain. It's your internal GPS guiding you through the storms and setbacks. There will be days when the road feels too long, when progress feels invisible. That's when most people quit. But if your vision is strong enough, quitting won't even be an option. You'll find a way, you'll adapt, adjust, and keep moving forward because you've already seen the destination. You've already lived it in your mind. The power of vision, it makes hope real. It turns dreams into decisions and decisions into destiny. So don't just wish for a better life. See it, feel it, believe it. Hold that vision so tight that no setback can tear it away. Because once you can see it in your mind, nothing in this world can stop you from holding it in your hands. Hope is powerful. Even the strongest fire can die if it's surrounded by cold winds. The people around you can either fuel your fire or slowly put it out. That's why it's so important to choose your circle wisely. Surround yourself with believers, not doubters. With people who see possibility, not limitation. No matter how tough or determined you are, if you spend enough time around negativity, it starts to poison your mindset. You start to doubt yourself, question your goals, and shrink your vision just to fit into their comfort zone. There was a time when people told me to slow down, to be realistic, to stop dreaming so big. They didn't mean harm. They were just trapped in their own fears. But I learned something powerful. If you listen to people who've already given up on their dreams, you'll start giving up on yours too. You have to protect your mind like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. The energy you allow around you will either lift you higher or drag you down. When you're surrounded by believers, something changes inside you. You feel supported. You feel accountable. You feel unstoppable. These people remind you of who you are when you forget. They push you when you slow down. They challenge you when you get comfortable. And they celebrate your wins like their own. That's the environment where greatness grows. No one climbs the mountain alone. We rise higher together. You have to be willing to let go of those who hold you back, even if it's hard. Sometimes that means walking away from people you love or care about deeply. But if they constantly tell you that your dreams are impossible, that your goals are too big, you can't let their fears become your limits. You can love them, but you can't let them define you. Because every time you let negativity stay close, it chips away at your hope. Circle is your mirror. If you're surrounded by people who complain, you'll start complaining. If you're surrounded by people who make excuses, you'll start making excuses. If you surround yourself with fighters, with dreamers, with people who wake up hungry every day, you'll feel that energy too. That's what keeps your hope alive, even when life gets tough. Sometimes all it takes is one person to believe in you when no one else does. One voice telling you you can do it can change everything. And when you find that kind of belief, hold on to it, grow with it, and then become that person for someone else. Because that's how hope spreads from one believer to another. So protect your circle, build it with intention. Surround yourself with people who see your potential, not your past. Because when you walk with believers, you don't just keep your hope alive, you make it unstoppable. Hope is a beautiful thing. It means nothing without action. You can sit all day dreaming, visualizing, believing, but if you don't move, nothing changes. Hope is the spark. Discipline is the engine that keeps it alive. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Every goal, every success, every transformation begins with the decision to show up even when you don't feel like it. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers. Discipline is not about feeling motivated, about committing to your vision no matter how you feel. There will be days when you wake up tired, when your mind tells you to rest, when the results aren't showing and it feels pointless. But those are the moments that define your future. Anyone can work hard when everything's going right. Real champions keep going when everything's going wrong. That's discipline. It's not glamorous. It's not easy. But it's what keeps hope alive when motivation disappears. Every time you take action despite the doubt, you strengthen your spirit. Every time you stay consistent when no one's watching, you build a foundation that can't be shaken. People often look at success and think it's luck. But it's not luck. It's daily effort repeated endlessly. It's the grind when no one's cheering for you. It's the early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices that nobody sees. Hope may start your journey, but discipline finishes it. You can hope to get stronger, but the weights won't lift themselves. Hope for success, but the work won't do itself. You can hope for change, but nothing changes until you do. That's the truth. You have to take control. You have to decide that no excuse is strong enough to stop you, because every excuse kills a little piece of your hope, and every act of discipline brings it back to life. Discipline doesn't care about your consistency. It cares about your feelings. You have to train your mind to do what's necessary, even when you're tired, scared, or uncertain. That's how dreams are built. not in comfort, but in persistence. The greatest moments in life come from the times you didn't quit, the times you pushed through when quitting would have been easier. And once you develop that level of discipline, hope is no longer fragile, it becomes unbreakable. So don't wait for the right time, because there's no such thing. Don't wait to feel ready, because you never truly will. Start now. Do the work. Stay consistent. Let discipline carry you on the days when hope feels far away. Because at the end of the day, it's not about wishing for it. It's about working for it. And when you combine hope with discipline, there's nothing in this world that can stop you.